makes a big difference here for OG.
Solid carry against Mars on lane.
God, this would have been the most insane Meepo game.
Yeah.
Gonna be
unfortunate because I'm pretty sure they would have taken it. Would have been fun.
Overall, it's a very good Wraith King game because he doesn't like they need to heavily commit to be able to get the kill with the Grimstroke, with the Mars Arena, like even Tiny's combo, and then they need to reset. And Wraith King, like he doesn't care too much about it.
I'm curious if
Wow, they actually go for that. I was thinking about AM, but I was like, there's no way, right? Like this team would play this hero, but
Why is this a good AM game?
kind of like one of the best lane counters against Racer, and it's probably offlane Racer. It's also one of the only good carry matchups against Wraith King. Decent against Windrunner and Clock both. They can't really touch him. Void Spirit can be okay against him, but he's all magic damage, so.
it's definitely going to be a problem for OG if this AM starts getting 3 or 4 items. Do they have the damage to single target him down, right? So
yeah,
their carry combination is definitely not what you want to have against this hero, but the reason I didn't really think about it that much for them is that it doesn't fit their ideology that well, right? It's
I think it changes the game a lot because now they might not feel as pressured to be on the front foot, and I think it might be hard for OG to switch that up and go on the aggressive with their style. So maybe a good idea by Gaming Gladiators to just have like early pressure with the Ench and then have an AM as a fallback.
5 seconds
See, I hear a lot of maybes. Are we gonna have a third game?
I think so.
I think so too. I think it's a good AM game, so.
It is. I mean, they need to buy a little bit more time. Wraith King is the hero that gets the Deso. He likes to speed things up once he gets to like his third item. It opens up to Roshan as well for them, but sieging the high ground might be a bit too difficult. They have Tiny, they have Mars with the spear as well, so you got to be very careful how you approach the 33 towers.
All right, well, let's find out if we'll indeed have a third game to this series. We're heading over to our commentary duo. It is Lyrical and Jenkins.
Thank you so much, Shiva, and the wonderful panel out there. And Jenkins, we have on the verge of elimination here, Gaming Gladiators. Do you think we're going to a third game?
I do. I don't really give a shit about the drafts, if I'm being honest here, Lyrical. I just want to see a game 3. These two teams are some of the best in the world. They got some interesting picks, anti-mage. The question is, how comfortable is Duraccio playing this in an actual game, on stage, in front of a crowd? Not an easy hero to pull off in general in this patch, but it is basically the perfect game for it. You can mana drain the Wraith King, you got the lane counter to the Razor. Yeah, this looks like we could go to a game 3.
I'm really excited for it. The game 3,
yeah,
I think everybody in the crowd has to see it. Even the OG fans, they know that this has been a great series so far. Want to see more of it. We'll see what happens. I also think it shows like a ton of trust in this young player. Again, we spoke about it earlier. Had trouble at the beginning of this tournament, started to pull it together and put on a good performance. We'll see if he can do it again. Already the tips, they're coming out. They're gunning for him.
The tips are coming out in every which way, dude. There is so much drama between both of these teams. They played together so much during the DPC. Amari's got beef with pretty much everybody in the world from pubs. Apologized to Matthew in the previous years. There's a lot of storylines going on here.
So much storylines, so much personal growth. It's what you want to see in this game, and a bunch of young players that are sort of making themselves felt here on the biggest stage that we've got, and already heading on out towards those mid lane. Boom, just gonna high five off to the side there on that tower. But yeah, things again that we want to keep our eyes on. We talked a little bit about the matchup against the Razor. Amar obviously incredibly comfortable on this hero, absolutely loves to play it whenever he gets an opportunity to. How do you think that lane's gonna go?
I think this lane should almost always, I mean, you pick the anti-mage to counter this lane, but I feel like I've said that before about Amar Razor, and he seems to do pretty decent on it no matter what. I mean, you can always max Q on Razor and, you know, just push out the lane, but it is an anti-mage plus Grimstroke. You can blink with the Ink Swell. That's pretty devastating.
Can be dangerous, but look at that. Taiga making the move in OG. They get 3 bounty runes.
Bit of a snipe, a little bit of sniping action there. You know what else I'm excited for?
What's that?
Yuragi being Saitama from One Punch Man. He is playing Wraith King. Of course, Mortal Strike coming out. We could see him one-shot somebody in this game, so that's what I'll be looking out for here, Lyrical.
Who's the one-shot? What's the one-shot you're looking for?
Who's the one-shot? Let's see.
If it's the AM, things have gone wrong.
That's going to be pretty rough for the boys on gaming. Probably Tofu.
Okay.
Probably Tofu. It's the Grimstroke. Let's be real here.
Fair enough. So watching down here on the bottom side, already a lot of battling between Celery and Seb, trading hits with the wind run, and then of course the heal, Nature's Attendance, that Celery's already taken and used one time, but you can see some good pressure being mounted now onto that Wraith King. Get the last, he's got it. He's on it. Braccio trading punches there, forces back Taiga and using the battery assault. Also, already the real battle is going to be the who ends up dealing more of this damage, and then of course there can be any of those courier snipes there. And speaking of which, almost takes down Yuragi's courier.
I think in this lane, Yuragi, he's perfectly okay if Seb is sitting in the trees trading with the Enchantress. Mars plus Enchantress, you cannot possibly conceive of a more difficult lane. That's a rough one. Lots of kill threat there.
So much to watch for. And up on the top side, we'll see if Tofu can find any of these openings here. With Taiga already a little bit low on mana, does have mangoes. Things could get a little bit spicy if they hit level 2 pretty quickly here. As mid, so far 6-3 versus the 4-6 there on the Tiny. So a good chunk of denies.
Wow.
Both just focusing on that.
Yeah, that's a lot of denies. I mean, I don't think either of them really do anything to each other here. Taiga being totally out of mana. He does have mangoes to work with, but a little bit dangerous. He's a little too low for that action.
Now might need to try and dodge away. Throws out one more stroke of fate, and did that cancel the salve?
No, I mean it secures Boom the Rune, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean that alone, it's very impactful. No bottle for Boom, but still, it's a rune.
So an Avalanche, forcing back BZM again. And again, the big thing that I'm looking at is both carries not having the best of times. AM got a couple of denies there, but Wraith King only 5 last hits right now. 1.5 minutes into this lane. You said this one was gonna be tough. We're seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, Yuragi can.
Radiant's courier has been
we're not gonna. The wave is too far out.
Jeez.
Celery just cannot stop killing couriers. I feel like that's the only reason that he plays Dota. He just loves killing animals.
Where are you going?
Which is funny considering that he's a vegan.
Absolutely, and Seb now gets brought down. The Mud Golems, they're gonna spawn and they go the Hurl Boulder. Quick finish. Celery's having an amazing tournament.
Yeah, I'm surprised teams are letting Enchantress through versus this one.
Wait, Yuragi maybe in some trouble. Do they have any more
He's no spear. He's 0-2-1.
Okay.
He's playing to farm in this lane.
And he's doing a great job of it. Top CS in the game, keeping the Wraith King pretty far back and constantly being a threat to him. This is feeling like an impossible lane for Yuragi. Meanwhile, up on the top side, Mar manages to get the link off.
Braccio blinked already. He's dead.
Yeah, and just gonna get killed. That is not the way it's supposed to go in a Mar. On another hero of his that gets taken the first phase, he's just owning.
Double kill.
He's gonna be able to find it. Keeps chasing for more, why not? Oh, this is gonna get better, and Yuragi down bottom will get punished. So, both safe lanes not going as intended.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're more comfortable with the disaster lane being the Wraith King lane, though, just because it's a hero that can actually go jungle with the skeletons, right? But with Anti-Mage, there's not so much of a recovery. Like, you usually pick this hero to win lane. It's not like he jungles quickly by any means.
Well, he is certainly not doing that. Mar 20-8 right now versus the 13-5. And Braccio gonna need to play a little bit of catch up here. Maybe they can make something happen on the Taiga. They got the ink swell. A couple more punches are gonna come through now, trying to finish him off. But no, instead, gonna get caught there in the cost. Does not have blink again. Braccio dead, and it might be another. Tofu's gotta get the heck out of there. Scratching his head, coming up for answers, and there's just nothing on deck.
Yeah, it's one of those lanes that on paper, it should be so strong. Anti-Mage post Grimstroke, you have the Inkswell combo, but the problem is the blink is such a long cooldown that Amari's just got all this physical damage coming out.
Roddy gonna get clapped, gonna get chased. Ace trying to pick up a little bit of the pieces here, and they do manage to kill him off. Celery gets the kill, and it's worth noting that both of those kills were off the back of trying to get aggressive up top. They were trying to punish the lane if they could, with the blink being used early, and then they punished that aggression.
Both safe laners in this game are 0-2-0 and just having a miserable time.
You're just so happy. Mr. Offlane
This
over
is
here.
great. I love watching this. I love watching anti-mages die. Well, Wraith King, not so much, because you know he's just going to go jungle at some point, which I would imagine is going to happen pretty soon. As soon as Ace is level 6, like, there's no laning here. You're going to get ulted. You're going to keep feeding.
Yeah, Amar has more last hits than both safe laners put together. That's a problem.
Oh my god. Every safe laner in the crowd just winced.
BZM gonna get punched a couple of times here. Celery wanting to make more action happen, and will get the arcane root. So the hurricane afterwards, and then gonna be forced to use the dissimulate.
All right, that was almost a really sick hurricane coming out from Celery. I feel like he's the first guy that I saw use that effectively, the hurricane ability. Going up and down hills and using it to like kind of force staff people in.
Level 4 right now on the anti-mage, trying to stop the struggle, but the struggle will not stop. Blinks back, 10-second cooldown means he can't even really come up to the lane again. Like, Marsh is here, he's got a catapult. This is a ton of damage onto that tower, and Celery will try and escape. A couple more punches, has the hoof stomp. Keep him back, and Nacho in the meantime also forced to run away. So they're even denying him the jungle, kind of, on the Wraith King. Doing everything they can to shut him down as BZM finds Celery, taunt, pull back in, gets the finish.
There's nothing for you.
Yeah, there's the punish, and that's just a solo kill as well, so it's not one of those situations where Celery is making like a crap load of space by having, 4 heroes chasing him around. It's just a freebie for BZM to come over and get that kill, and Yuragi needs the help. He heads mid. He's just gonna free farm there because either side lane he's gonna die in, just like Tofu might be dying right now.
That's right, Taiga on the job, finds him, has the X-Ball to try and escape. Stun comes out at the last second. Amar trying to run him down afterwards, and just barely on the edge. Did the calculations. The calculation comes up with Tofu dead.
Dude, Amar is feeling himself today. Every time the camera goes on him, he's got like this slight smirk on his face. He's just loving life right now. Playing one of his favorite heroes. He gets countered, he still owns the lane. That's the dream.
3,900 net worth on this Razor with the Falcon Blade, Wraith Band, Treads.
Tower dead as well.
This is the dream start right now for this Razor.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing too is Amar went for max plasma field, so it's not like he's sacrificing his farm to have a game like this. And, pressuring with the static link. Both of those kills on Anti-Mage, it was just with level 2 static link. So he's going to free farm up in this top area.
It's really dangerous, thinking about what this means for the rest of the game going forward. Ace now will find Seb, and goes for the pushback, has the spear, is enough damage though. Shackle trying to live, oh, just barely gets brought down. Boom, able to get him in the end.
Yeah, that was a DD tiny tree, so lots of damage coming out there.
So a nice little movement over, which means no TP out afterwards for Seb, while Wraith King gets a little bit of me time. And again, Gaming Gladiators, after a little bit of the frustrating laning stage for the AM, they're going to get together, take down this bottom tier 2 tower and try and open up the map.
I think this move makes a lot of sense. Like, it could look like there's a lot of heroes committed to taking this tower, but they secure the last hit for Duraccio. And this is an anti-mage versus a Wraith King. AM cannot go jungle like a Wraith King can, so you need to make sure that he has the lane to farm, so you have to take this tower. Just commit everybody and get it, because, now they can split up and farm just fine.
And this is the type of game as well that it takes a ton of mental clarity to not just sort of be freaked out at how far behind it feels like they are, at least in terms of those head-to-head matchups. Again, in terms of the net worth overall, it doesn't actually look that bad. It's 1,000 gold separation. It's just, we know that potential of the Wraith King to catch up, whereas AM's going to need to get into Battle Fury first. And there's a long way to go.
But, he is having a good time down here. He's alone, in terms of the enemy team. And in terms of his team, Boom is actually sitting there kind of baiting him a little bit, protecting him.
BZM gets another taunt, looking for the dissimulate out, but couldn't take off the silence first. Now Taiga diving behind the tower. They are going all in on Tofu, and Boom to be there to clean up the pieces afterwards. So a little bit of an overextension by OG gets punished by Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, Tofu being the literal calmest guy on the planet, he doesn't freak out and panic there. He just kind of chills. He just walks away. Like, what are you doing? There's a bunch of creeps here. You're not going to get me. As long as he doesn't run into the clockwork, he knows that he's fine there. There's TPs that can come in.
And again, Celery wanting to push down this tier 1 tower mid, using the creeps to tank it and continuing to just pummel away at it. No reaction coming out right now from OG. And that sets up for some pretty solid pressure with this catapult there. And in the meantime, Dyrachyo continues to farm down bottom. So the last couple of minutes starting to look a little bit better for Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, GG, they're playing the map really well. They have their heroes in a place where Dyrachyo can actually come back on a hero that should be struggling right now. But let's see, what's the net worth looking like? He's doing okay. He's doing better than Mr. Wraith King is.
So again, Taiga moves on in, being hounded by this, maybe the Hurricane to push away afterwards. Celery trying to escape, not gonna happen. No way out of that one. Nicely played by Taiga to secure the kill with the hook shot.
That was very close to being super cool though, like force-staffing over the high ground, or not force-staffing, whirlwinding, I should say, over the high ground. You can see what he was going for there. He, you know, it's a classic Celery, walk into the enemy jungle, survive because of some crazy creep play. Centaur stun or Hurricane across the high ground, but no, he goes down this time. It's a pretty big commitment though, it's like 3 heroes, so.
Yeah, and of course, Dyrachyo gets out afterwards, making sure that you're tanking the gank again for your carry. He is really low in the jungle right now. Needs to be careful about his movement. Oh God! I don't think it would have been enough for the kill. He actually doesn't have any in the magic resistance.
That may have been enough, actually. That's 50 damage. Yeah, he would have died.
Oh, heads up play there.
Well, that would have been pretty insane from Seb.
Oh, good to play by Dyrachyo. Has the Ring of Health coming to him now as well. Round 2. Has to be careful here. Yeah, Seb's just going to catch the wave, and though we're going to be back out it again. But regen rune gotten by Boom in the mid lane. And Dyrachyo moves in with Celery, always helping his carry, giving him the nature's attendance.
See, the advantage though that that OG gets from this is that can they kill him? I think they can.
Trying to. Celery's there. And power shot.
He's not level 6 yet.
Nice little catch there for the kill.
Good night.
And Dyrachyo keeps on farming, so another death for his core.
But Seb is free farming down here too, right? I mean, he's a position 5. He's not supposed to be farming, but because Dyrachyo's here.
And towards the bounty room spot, and they do get the kill on a Taiga. So another trade. Ace gets a little bit of separation there with the spear, trying to get his team out of there. They have the arena down, hiding away. Does have a TP to escape it. Amar comes in clutch again. Another 6-0-0 scoreline for the Razor.
Yep, and he's level 11. The next hero in line is level 10. He is higher level than the mid laners right now. Like, it's just another Amar game. He's just popping off again. I don't know if it's the Timber. Maybe this guy just woke up and he was just ready to play Dota today.
Just need to ban him. That's what needs to happen.
Is it because he apologized to
Matthew? Yeah.
Is that what it is? The moment that Amar becomes PMA, he just unlocks and becomes God mode?
Oh my playing with weighted clothes the whole time.
What are we gonna witness?
Is under attack.
Good stuff here. The last couple minutes are an indication. Shackle, just for cool moves. Just practicing, you know, for a little bit later. Dyrachyo, hook shot in. Oh, Taiga, he found him and tries to get away. Will Dyrachyo escape? BZM can't quite get the sight on him. But again, another hook shot there and making this anti-mage uncomfortable.
Dire are scanning.
Yep, pushes him out of this bot lane that he was totally free farming in. One cool move by Amar that he just did there was that he like ran towards mid in ward vision, where it made Dyrachyo feel like, okay, well, the way that he's running towards mid, there's no way there's a smoke gank coming to me, because he'd want to stick around to help out, but he just says, no, I'm going to run towards mid, and it made that not obvious. But the flip side of that is he's not there to help secure the kill, so they don't have enough damage to kill there.
Well, and again, those types of movements away, it's still, you know, Gaming Gladiators keeping it somewhat even. The other thing to keep in mind is that it's been constant moves by OG that have been able to find punishments, but there's been counter kills that have come out, and now trying to face Celery. Can they find him? Yes. Taiga pushed back in, gets the silence, no battery assault, no cogs for now, and they won't come at all.
All of these smokes that have happened in this game so far, like very high level the way that they're executing them, running Celery up with the creep. What are you gonna think when this guy's been in your jungle the entire time, just dying with creeps and messing with you? You're gonna think he's alone, right? But no, that time he wasn't. However, it's only Taiga that dies, so it's really not that big of a deal for OG either.
Celery gets jumped, tries to get himself out there with a little Hurricane, and won't be enough. Amar gets another kill. Now, I will say, if this guy ever dies, this is going to be a ton of gold going back the direction of Gaming Gladiators, because he's got pretty much all of the kills.
Well, you say that, Lyrical. He's got his BKB flying out on the courier right now, so...
Oh, no.
This is a really solid timing for OG.
Yeah, 7 kill streak right now on this
Dire's
Razor,
middle tower is under
and it
attack.
doesn't look like they're going to be able to punish before that BKB comes out. This game is starting to look very hard for Gaming Gladiators. They're incredibly strong on OG.
I love the move from Yuragi to show up to this tower push, too. Just use the skeletons to tank for the tower, tank for the catapults, and he's also got the armlet to line up the Amar timing with the BKB.
Rocky takes some damage there, toggles it all away. Taiga opens up, there's the hook shot. The Link immediately calls pushback. Beautifully executed, and Ace didn't get a chance to play Dota. Yeah, the Gale Force afterwards in case they needed it. This game, everything is going OG's way.
Yeah, Taiga's been doing a really good job. Like every initiation has been from him, and he's also been soaking a lot of smoke ganks. One of the reasons that I think this OG lineup works with 3 greedy cores is that Taiga makes so much happen in the game. He has the value of like 2 supports in terms of the stuff that he does. It looks like they're gonna find Celery here.
Yeah, running away, gonna go some body blocks and the eventual rundown. Now, that being said, there's gonna be some creeps hitting the mid tower. They might be able to take that in the meantime, but Celery just has to make as much space as possible. Pops the heal, runs them all the way back to the tier 3 towers. They will get that kill, but can they get the mid tower? And let's keep an eye on it.
He gets the mid tower. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Not worth it. Not worth it for OG, that one. That was a cool play from Celery. That's very nice. Like, he just distracts so his creeps can take the mid tower.
Yeah. So, still a 2,000 gold lead now for OG. And Ragi going in for the Deso next. So next couple of minutes, where do you see them going? Because it definitely feels like OG is the team that's like directing the pace of this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely are. They're playing up against an anti-mage. Duracho, he needs probably... I think with this Manta, you can start showing up to a fight, maybe try to mana drain Yuragi and get a kill, but you're not really looking to like actively show up to stuff. It's more like if the fight's happening and it already looks good, you'll defensively show up. With that 3rd item, we're going to see a lot of action coming up from Gaming Gladiators, but until then, it's up to OG to get the most out of the map that they can. Like, Roche is the next objective for them for sure. They want to get a pick and then take Roche.
Watch for that, and of course, pressuring out along that bottom lane is going to be the name of the game for Gaming Gladiators. As Ace, again, trying to hold on to that mid area, keep the creep wave pushed out, even though they don't have the mid tier 1 tower. Amar going to head towards mid as well and start to group up with the rest of his team.
BZM, he just completed the Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit. You have a lot of heroes that don't like to get silenced right now, and are there any BKBs even remotely close? Okay, actually, there's a BKB on Ace. So he rushed the BKB, which I think is definitely the right choice in this game. He's not looking to be the one initiating right now. They're making space. They're just farming.
Yeah, you can see that 6 minutes faster than average, and that's just because of how important it is for this game for them to actually be able to have somebody that can stand in front and soak that up. And likewise, that one's just faster because he's been playing really well. BZM, he is so farmed.
Yeah.
But we'll see where they go for it now. Ace, they reveal him underneath that rocket flare. Taiga, smoke breaks. Are they gonna go for an opening there? That's a little bit scary of a fight, but if BZM can get a good silence off. Braccio, under the creep wave. Amar looking for an opening, spots Celery. Are they gonna jump on these guys? It doesn't look like it. They don't like the look.
Yeah, OG was kind of baiting Amar there, but because Ace has no Blink Dagger, it's really just Boom that's going to do any sort of initiating. But in that situation, yeah, there just wasn't anybody to go on Amar. I think it was a good bait. It just, nobody was there.
Now, Gaming Gladiators, the smoke is going to break on Yuragi. Ace does not want to open up on that Wraith King. Duracho is grouped up with them also. Maybe trying to bait out this anti-mage, but no such luck. So this awkward dance in the mid lane ends with, OG saying, fine, we'll just go Roche. Oh, what? Hookshot onto the Wraith. A little bit of a misplay there. That might not be the initiation they want. Double toss back. Catches onto both and just like that, BZM is dead. Almar does have the full link now on the Ace. Tries to squeak out, but he won't be able to escape. Tofu backing away with Celery in tow. The stun is there. Nice flash. Trying to get away, but the man is with Booby dead. Well, will it be enough? There's still so much damage there on that Razor. Jump forward, Duracho taking the game for barely gets away from that. And the power still one down.
What the hell was that? Oh my god.
Avatos round 2. They go in stun on the Wraith King on his way out of there. Tofu TP's away. Just absolute chaos mid as they won't be able to run down this Tiny.
Taiga just in the back line slowly goes down to Celery. Skeletons, they're powerful.
Dangerous thing to watch for. And, well, I mean, OG, maybe they spotted an opening there, but the creep just in the middle of him.
Yeah, boom. He goes in for the save and then gets forced out by his support, so definitely worth it. The power shot hitting here, I think, is very important. Otherwise, I don't know if it's enough damage. He's got the magic shield, but Amar is just there. He feels immortal in this game. It's another one of those games where he just has so many items that it takes too much to kill him currently.
He's feeling himself. Seb, ever the sportsman, and now the Gale Force used connects onto Tofu. Silence will not keep him alive. Beyond godlike, 11-0-1 on the Razor.
And he's building Sanjin Yasha. He's got his full Sanjin Yasha. He's a carry. Like, he's going full carry build here. Scaling into the late game, so, you know, it looks like a great anti-mage game. Ooh, almost.
Good juke. Over that direction, and they're able to back away. But in the meantime, OG, this opens up Roche for them. Nobody to come on in and contest this one. It comes maybe a little bit later than they would have wanted, but still 21 minutes.
Okay, ECM's gonna take it.
Immortality.
Boom. Gonna get the blink out before the shackle or anything else latches. So 3,000 gold lead. Sanjin Yasha done for this Razor. He is just a monster.
It's funny that you have two cores on the side of OG that are so huge that you can give the Aegis to the lowest net worth one. Because you just feel like Amar's never gonna die, and then Wraith King has a respawn, so he's never gonna die, and if he doesn't respawns.
Spear breaks the link. They're still on him though.
He doesn't
Cause
think
County. Yeah, he's in trouble. Tries to back out of there, but there's nowhere left to go. Ace does a little jukey juke, but eventually gets brought down. Another kill.
He was afraid to TP because the hook shot, he didn't realize that it was just barely on cooldown. And Taiga, the way he was positioning, like, it made it look like he was trying to go for a hook.
That's heads up play right there. Very nicely done. So a 4,000 gold lead. Manta finally done for this anti-mage. They haven't lost a tier 2 tower yet. There's a lot of pressure up on the top side right now by the Wraith King. Do you think that they bought enough time, or are like Gaming Gladiators really feeling the pressure right now?
The next fight is definitely very important because this is the one that anti-mage is Manta style, Derecho. He's going to feel pretty comfortable showing up to the fight and not just instantly dying. The problem is, BZM, he's got Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit, so you have two silences. So you can actually catch him after the Manta style. And that's why the 3-item timing looks pretty solid in this game. But still, if there's some high ground push, if there's some push where OG overextends, you can show up with the Am, and he does actually do damage right now.
This is a good way to start it. Toss back all the way to the tier 3 tower, and if they can get this first life out here, this is huge. Derecho is there. Taiga trying to play it around the Gale Force. Silence there on his dude. He gets in the area, but he doesn't have the arena. Boom, trying to get away. Amar just draining Ace all his damage. He's in trouble behind the tier 4 tower. Trying to give him a high five in the well dang near. They just can't get away from this man. Amar too strong at this point for the buyback. They want to punish this. They want to find a pick off there and avoid not nearly enough damage. Amar just walks away the arena down round 2, but the stun is out. He doesn't have an answer. There's no BKB left. They find him for the kill. Amar finally goes down. Derecho gets a ton of gold and manages to escape. Power tap out. He's going for it. Escape, get out of there, but it's not going to happen. BZM, the hunter, brings down the anti-mage.
I mean, that was just an insane dive from OG, but Amar, that was an 8-second BKB, so he felt confident that he would kill Ace in the time that he had up on that. Also, the Gale Force from Seb again, it looks so disruptive in these fights. Like, it might literally be glitched. Like, there's gonna be a patch that fixes this, because it looks too strong. At least Seb makes it look strong.
This guy knows something. An incredibly dangerous hero, but they just burn the Aegis for nothing. A rare mess up there by BZM, ends up getting caught in the mid lane. Now, that being said, there's still a minute and a half left on it. Not sure what he would have been able to get done in that time. But they find a little bit of a reprieve on Gaming Gladiators, although OG, they're still sending this a 7,000 gold lead and trying to control more of the map.
Yeah, this dive, I mean, look at you're just pulling the backliners directly into the fight. what do you do if you're a little Grimstroke or a Lich or some hero like that and you're just getting thrown into the middle of the fight with your tanky strength cores?
You die.
It's like, well, shit, I can't take the same damage that they can. Look at the numbers on the HP bar. Mine's very small. Okay, phrasing on that.
Well done, Jenkins. Seb liked it too, yeah, absolutely. Bro raise. But yeah, 25 minutes, and they're just playing like defense right now. That's all Gaming Gladiators are doing. 3 heroes wrapped around the AM, making sure that he's free to farm.
And they're doing a good job staying in the game. They really are. After how the lane went for their anti-mage, he's making his way to that top net worth slot. He's got a Battle Fury, so you are going to eventually apex a hero like Wraith King or a Razor. Scotty timing, that's definitely something they want to look out for.
Down bottom. Runs into Celery. Nice little pick off for him there. Staff trying to escape, goes for the enchant afterwards, but the rest of the team shows up. They find the enchantress yet again. Silence now onto Duraccio. Has to blink away again. They find him, eyes off to the side, and gets haunted, pulled in. They find the angle, they find the man. Duraccio dies again.
63 seconds dead. I mean, this is going to be the entire bottom lane, minus the barracks. You're probably going to get a tier 2 for this hero, G.
They're so strong.
They're very strong. In anti-mage, it's at the point where Duraccio is supposed to be showing up to these fights and absolutely popping off in an ideal anti-mage game, but OG has just been so oppressive for the entire game. They're not letting him farm anything without pressuring him or killing him.
And they know what happens if this hero gets out of control, and that's why we've been seeing, with the exception of the tier 4 tower dive, very measured aggression, and now trying to really put the pedal to the metal. See if OG can put the clamps on this game number 2 and eliminate Gaming Gladiators. Next couple of minutes will be very decisive.
Taiga, he's looking.
Bottom. Oh, it's not good when all the cores have to run away from the 4 position, but that's just Taiga thing. And Ranette has to pop the BKB TP out. Does not have anything to break it, but it was close.
Yeah, once the hook shot comes out, you know you're perfectly fine. No Wraith King bash or anything like that. Very nice hook shot from Taiga, though, anticipating the spider legs over the trees. I mean, that was really cool, knowing that he would juke like that. But the moment you use the hook shot, Ace knows that he's fine to TP out.
Ragi, in the meantime, is going for his own BKB. Scotty still 2,000 gold away from it. For Duraccio, he's keeping it somewhat up with the rest of these cores, but there's 2 of them, and they're incredibly strong. And actually a third, honestly. But a couple that are on his level at this point, if not above it. AC, the next thing on the docket for Yuragi. If he gets that done, these Bellions are going to melt even faster than they have been.
It is wild to me that OG has an offlane Razor, and the carry Wraith King is the one building the AC. Because Amar, he has Sanj and Yasha plus a Butterfly. He's just a carry. He's not an offlaner, he's a carry.
And yeah, also going in for the refresher next if he can get that one in time. Oh, Duraccio. Hook shot just a little bit outside of range there. It's on the crystals. Couldn't get there in time. But yeah, getting close to this 30-minute mark, and the net worth lead is not growing at the very least. As Ace is going to go for the TP out of there. Popping the BKB, stun now on the Celery. Duraccio continues to farm, trying to buy some time. He just wants his creeps, even those are taken away. And Celery will go down as well. They have a word on him. Can they hunt this anti-mage? Do they even want to? They know he's coming down here. Eyes on it, blinks off to the side, and I think Duraccio is going to leave that creep wave alone and then head for the next one.
Smart. Yeah, that's smart. I mean, he needs to wave cut down here. I mean, he has no TP. Maybe that's a little dangerous. The question is, how confident is he that nobody's going to be down there waiting for him?
Oh, Wraith Pack finished off now as well for Seb. And this team, I mean, we can't emphasize enough how much they've just been seeing constant growth from this entire squad. After some of the performances, they were looking good throughout the DPC, even better here. And when the nerves are at their highest, they're still performing incredibly well.
does help to play with a two-time TI winner, I will say.
Absolutely.
Pretty good experience for them, I'm sure.
And not to mention the scale force that just makes everything easier as well. Boom. Starts to back out, takes about half his HP in just one round of initiation. Tier 3 tower is being hit, but not quite enough to spear back. Maybe an opportunity here, and Avatar's dead. Okay. Maybe OG a bit too far forward there. Gaming Gladiators takes the punish.
Yeah, they blink on Ace. He maybe could chase. Looks like OG a little too far away.
And that is Roche up now. I mean, do they dare walk in there? I still feel Dracho. Finds the bar, forces out the BKB. Goes for the TP out, and now there's definitely an opportunity. Seb goes to the Guild Wars, not gonna matter. Chase down all these heroes trying to take down the Wind Ranger, and another pickup. They decide to fight afterwards. OG has lost their mind, and I don't know if this is gonna end up working for him. Hiragi drained all of his mana, and they just decided to give away a couple kills. Damar walks back in, tries to take down Boom. Silence for the moment, and yeah, no BKB, nowhere left to go. In absolute no man's land, but maybe a chance here. Hiragi pops no BKB again. TM is back in with the buyback, and it was looking bad for a moment, but suddenly they get a couple of return kills. Duracio's down, and OG managed to turn that fight into a solid play for them. Ace hoping to escape. Does he have anywhere out of here? Spider legs trying to run out of there, but no TP. He's gonna have to blink. I don't know where he's
no
going.
TP from the earlier TP that we saw much earlier. I mean, I feel like Amar chases this endlessly.
Yeah, this is as much space created. Ace is still smiling. He knows he's dead. Another fire trying to get out of there. Ace is actually going to get out.
3 seconds on blink. He's got it. I mean, Amar is hasted. You have to be real careful here.
Run. Get away, little Ace. He's coming for you. Amar is bringing it down. The chase is there, and Ace gets punished in the end.
And Hiragi, while this is happening, he just starts taking Roche on. And what a call that was from OG to do that there. I mean, that looked insane. You no BKB on Razor, your Void Spirit is dead, he chooses to buy back. You could throw the game right there, but OG, they're just confident that Gaming Gladiators, they're not stronger than us. They can't be out of their base like this. Let's punish. It secures them Roche.
Immortality.
Another Aegis claimed by BZM. So OG, they take the fight, they make sure they don't give up Roche, and now they're looking for more. Hook shot in, finds himself one. Tofu tries to force staff, but there is nowhere left to go. The scale force way too strong. So a 9K gold lead, and the first rack going to be taken down by OG. And Gaming Gladiators, they might not have any answers to this at all. Silence is out, BZM with the DD takes down Boom. 2 heroes dead. And Duraccio, I mean, he's got the Scotty, but there's just way too much tank here on OG.
I don't know what you can do right now. You have to buy back all of your heroes. It might be worth it to wait for Tofu. Maybe they start and then Tofu comes back just as the fight starts.
I mean, the fight is looking like it's already over. Now trying to get a toss back even further, but Celery, he didn't stay close enough to the fountain. They need him in the fountain, and they're not outside of it. Chase in Amar, in a wall in between them. Celery dropping down is going to die. The silence there on a Duraccio, but they run in, try and clean up one. BCM dies, but it's only one time. And round 2, Hiragi walks in, takes down another 3. And at this point, Taiga will fall, but it's the only kill that they've gotten. It's not nearly enough.
Why was Taiga there? I didn't see what was happening in that fight. He's just doing crazy clockwork things on the back line. He's actually almost got BKB on Taiga, by the way, which is just the most insane thing I've seen. He has BKB, he completed it. It's the full BKB.
Radiant's
what a
middle
monster.
tower is under attack.
He's loving what he's seeing right now, and OG are really absolutely killing it in
Wait a minute.
game 2.
Hiragi, he heard the blink animation or something.
Oh, and Duraccio tries to get out. Oh, the Gale Force, where you going, mister? They got him there. The Shackle's gonna come out, and the kill onto the anti-mage. Taiga's feeling it. Crowd giving him some love, and right now, Gaming Gladiators struggling to come up with answers. OG, they know they're on their way to play in the final day.
There's no buyback for Duraccio. I think you have to let Megas go. I think you really do.
Walk in, silence there, Boom. Trying to stop this incredible spree forward, and another Gale Force catches onto the side. Tofu's dead, no buyback, and dead, no buyback. As they run in one by one. OG looking to close this game out here in a clean 2-0. There is no answer. Buyback another time. Gaming Gladiators, they're going to stay into the
this was just an insane 2 matches from OG. It looked like they're on a completely different level. 21 kills on Amar in that game. We thought it was the Timber. It's just